Previously on Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice!
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me. This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now, my wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry. I really don't like this, Alan. Please hurry.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine, I'm fine. Just get the lights back on. Now, please.
Alex! I really need those lights on!
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head. I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that, coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
I'll be sure to take care of you.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor. That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the rig. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsal today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
Alice was missing. I needed help to find her. I wasn't ready to leave.
Your phone, Mr. Wake? Make sure you don't forget your phone.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back. I couldn't go anywhere yet. I had to play along with the caller. Alice's life was at stake.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the lights on? The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power. The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, "Go through the fence on the left."
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting, the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Man, that guy has a powerful kick.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
A little foreshadowing, I guess. What are these tomato plants? No blueberry plants?
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Hey Turbo, did Alan wake up? Not yet. Well, I had a flashback into his apartment. Oh, we get to see this guy again.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies.
Is that me?
Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing.
Alex Casey is Max Payne. Same voice actor, and Sam Lake is the same facial model.
My staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
She sounds like Trudy
Indeed.
from Twin Peaks.
All we can do is to slow down the progress.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh!
Hey!
Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent.
Oh, that's
If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, My offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing
This
with
guy.
the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been
You
kidnapped.
love Barry?
Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place
He
called
seems-
Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a
He
cabin.
seems-
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
You love this guy?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
Reminds me of Joe Pesci
Seriously,
mixed with
Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared?
John Lovitz.
When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week. And someone's got Alice.
Very
and everything's
hilarious.
just...
Understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start
he my
confusing
agent?
fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Publisher. Get the snacks here we got here. Talk to Rusty. Rusty. Oh, he must be out here.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Oh, it's a
Hey,
dog.
Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Nature trail. Okay. Thank you.
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Look, Al, You're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
Get the keys and get to the car.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. But you're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Achoo! Achoo!
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again.
Achoo!
I want to get that checked out, Barry.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. It's so not worth a 15% commission.
See ya, Barry. So
you wanna know where you can shove that flashlight?
Hey, Barry, come on.
Lock the door when I leave.
Yeah. Go ahead and do what you have to do. I'll be fine. Alone, but fine. In a cabin straight from a horror movie.
Okay, Barry. Hey, Zard. How are you feeling? Feeling better? Alan wakes up with crippling headache and wants nothing more than to go back to bed. So that's how I feel some mornings. Minus the headache. Okay.
Real funny, Al. Real funny. Ha-ha! Thank you. I'll just sit here in the dark till you come back. Or until I get eaten by a grue. I didn't realize we were back in the 3rd grade here. Watch where you point that thing, Al.
Maybe a little better? Well, a little better's been... That's good.
Seriously, cut it out, Al. My nerves are shot.
Are you familiar with Alan Wake? Zard? Turbo recently played it. And I think he mentioned it. And then I saw I had it. And I had the Xbox hooked up. And I figured I'd give it a try.
Wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort.
Nope, not at all. So, this guy's a writer. He hit a hitchhiker. The hitchhiker followed him. He met his wife in a cabin. His wife fell into the river, got kidnapped somehow. These people were chasing him and hacking at him with an axe. I'm picking up pieces of manuscript that I don't remember writing that tell like the future of what I'm going to be doing. I have to fight these guys with light, and then they're vulnerable to gunshots.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. Its people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
So that's where I'm going to get Alice. I have to meet the kidnapper. And also, this is by the people who made Max Payne. Are they supernatural or are they real? I don't know. I think they're supernatural if I had to guess. Apparently this guy Alex said Alex Casey is Max Payne, same voice actor, and Sam Lake is the same facial model. I don't know what that means, but that's what Turbo said. Supernatural. Oh, I read it as spoopernatural. I picked these manuscript pages up.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Barry was the guy up in a cabin talking to me. He was staying there. Oh, you did write Spoopernatural. Oh. It was about as literal as he could have been. Casey's voice is the character. Lake is the guy they base the character's looks on. Oh. Oh, okay. He did write Spoopernatural. Oh, sorry. It's up here.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. What's your Deer Fest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound much more organized than I ever seem to manage.
Oh.
No plan, really. Just take in the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Bat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right.
Oh, that's the
Matter of
doctor who
fact,
treated me.
Just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
Hey, wait.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Well, considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
What am I doing? I'm playing Alan Wake. I was jumping in place. Yeah. Just killing time. Lover's Peak, left, Moonshine Cave, Elderwood Nature Trail. Your wife is being held hostage and you're wasting... I'm looking for coffee.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that?
The Twice Shit Zone? It's like a Twilight Zone parody, yeah.
So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here,
Twice shit.
assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the
My 360 controller... Oh, okay, never mind.
But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Mirror? A pair of bare fists. How did he get them? Did he cut them off? I don't think you're supposed to take it literally. I think he means his fists without anything on them, not actually bare animal fists. Mr. Will I Am, hello. Was this an Xbox 360 game? Yes, it was, Will. It's like a survival horror action game. How are you? My wife is dying. Time to watch television. She's not dying. She's fine. She's just being held hostage. There's a difference. Got over a bad cold. Oh, good to hear. That's good. I hope Zard gets over his too. Glad you're well. Drop hazard. Hey, look, a payphone. I haven't seen one of those in years. There's the hiking trail.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned.
You hope it's a cold that you got?
Rusty kept coughing blood.
I hope it's only a cold, yeah.
To the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
That's a dog, Rusty. Do you think it might be something else? Hopefully it's not COVID. Let's go this way.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she
It's
liked
not
him
COVID.
too.
I got tested
She
for
liked
that.
him a lot.
My hypochondria just makes me assume
life
you
had
are.
certainly taught her
Oh,
the
you got
value of a man who was
hypochondria?
gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Well, at least I'm glad you're not. It's not COVID. It's probably just a cold. Right? Lover's Peak.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury. Damn.
Rusty, hang on! They're coming! Please, help me!
If it was COVID, at least it would have made sense. Do you normally get sick around this time of year?
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
I felt similar last October, but it wasn't as bad and lifted more. Oh, God. Well, I wish you the best. I hope you get over it.
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
we do in the UK. That's why we just get flu jabs at this time. Oh, flu jab. I like how you call it a jab. A shot, a jab. Is that normal? Is that what people in UK call a shot, a jab?
Hello? Back here. I'm back here. Hey, please help me. I'm here. I'm hurt.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. A jab. Yeah, that sucks that you're sick, man.
Please help me.
Really do hope you get over
Mr.
it.
Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
A shot is a drink here, and well, here too, but I guess it is kind of strange when you put it that way. A shot could be like a drink or a syringe injection.
Shh, good boy.
Presence. So dark. Like the forest at night. Woke up. I know it will. It hasn't finished with me yet. So big. I thought, oh, fuck, did Johnny come to life?
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Look at that old computer monitor. I love that CRT monitor. Just look at that old printer. Doesn't really look like a comfortable office chair.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Jessica Jones' office? Jessica Jones. Who's Jessica Jones? Sorry. I don't know a lot of the... Is that a talk show host? Oh God.
I was too late.
Someone had
that's-
destroyed the circuit breaker.
There's your problem.
There was no way to get the lights back
Somebody
on.
put an axe in your circuit breaker.
Rusty! Rusty!
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Hunters need hunting licenses.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
No, she's a Marvel superhero. She has her own show on Disney. Oh, wait. Daredevil? Wait, the Unbreakable guy, right? Okay. Okay. It's like a more violent Luigi's...
Visitors!
Who purchase a park? License! Obey!
The moderator's instructions.
At all times.
Rusty? Rusty, no!
Never.
Closer than 100 yards.
Two bears and wolves. Never approach any other
Wildlife closer than 25 yards.
pets. Must be leashed.
At all times.
Never leave your pet
Unattended.
It is
Against the law.
to remove any
Natural objects.
or historical artifacts from the park
Grounds.
This includes even you may
Find along the river.
or even simple berries.
Sir.
It's like a more violent Luigi's Mansion, you're right. Kristen Ritter. Yeah, I wish I could turn off those stupid pop-ups. They're annoying. The Chi vote Vince. Kristen Ritter. Oh, her. She played Jesse Pinkman's girlfriend that Walter White left die and choke on her own vomit. I know who that is. Okay. I do remember that show. Yeah, Breaking Bad, you're right. That's it. A show I'll never watch again. You're welcome. Got the Chivo. Chivos for Mevo. Could be anything. It's okay. Well, looks like something was through here. Light heals you in this game, so you want to stay in the light.
What the hell was that? I saw it from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Barry. It's the guy that Turbo likes. I feel like I can get up here. Can I? Whew. Hiking trail.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Yeah, pretty. Just a hiking trail. Winding down the river tail. Which reminds me at the beginning of Silent Hill 2, how you go down out of your car in that path in the fog. For your safety, stay on designated hiking trail. Took the city train going on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting. Up and down the
Lover's Peak
bull.
was at the far end of the nature trail.
Now, who keeps leaving that stuff? This is a pretty game. Like, if you squint your eyes, it kind of looks real. If you squint your eyes, you get the fantastic illusion of playing a video game. Well, I mean, these graphics are... New games have, you know, pretty good graphics.
Nobody in Bright Falls seemed to know where Al was, but Rose, the waitress at the diner, had seen him. From what Barry
You're gonna
could
go,
tell,
Mr.
Al
Will.i.am?
pretty much
Well,
fell
thanks
off
for
the face of
stopping
the
in
earth when he
for a
left the
bit.
diner.
Have a good night
Rose
over
was
there,
just
across
kind
the
of fan
pond.
that Al hated, but she
Don't-
really tried to help. She was smart too.
Hope
Knew a
you
lot about what was going on in the
stay
town.
well.
Knew a lot about Al.
Keep
Even
safe.
Knew who Barry was.
Don't get
Barry
sick.
liked her. That was no big surprise.
Good night.
When it came to women, Barry and Al rarely saw eye to eye.
That's Rose from the first episode. Later, Willinator. Looking for more coffee thermoses somewhere. I have Deadly Premonition as well. I almost played it. You really want to get Deadly Premonition on Switch. Oh, didn't they? Oh, that's right. It's also on Switch. Have you played it before? I've never played it. I just heard it's kind of crazy. I heard that. That's what I heard too.
turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason, packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo, things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
I don't know. I think so. There might be some other environments, but so far it's been Wood's cabin. Stuff like that. I'm still on episode 2 of 5. I think there's 5 or 6 episodes. It's told like a TV show. Bears. This is by the same people who made that Max Payne game I played last summer. Remember Max Payne? Remedy is the people's names. There's 100 thermoses. 106 manuscript pages. TV shows, radio shows, chess. Dates from 1846, the year of the Oregon Treaty. Oh boy, a thermos. Oh boy. The tree. Those are the collectibles. Those are the, in Banjo-Kazooie you have jiggies. That's the jiggies of this game. The Washington Territory was formed, the founding of the Bright Falls mining town, Washington granted statehood. This takes place in Washington State. Tree damaged in forest fire, the Bright Mining Falls Company closes. Mount St. Helens erupts, tree felled by storm. The tree this ring was cut from started growing in 1846, the year the Oregon Treaty was signed. Other notable events sparked the rings. Okay. Oh boy, a thermos. I was talking yesterday, I think, about my Transformers thermos I had as a kid. A tree fell by storm, really all that significant? Well, a tree that old, yeah. Is tree fell by storm really all that significant? I guess it was a famous tree. So apparently I can get over here, okay. I was into well, I mean, I liked... Not really, I had like one or two, but I don't know. I didn't have a lot of Transformers. But I had a lunchbox, a sleeping bag, and like one or two Transformers. And I watched the show once or twice. It's weird. As a kid, I was more into He-Man than anything else. I had some He-Man toys. Micro Machines. I like the Smurfs. I like gummy bears. Wasn't really into G.I. Joe.
Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and smiles. He desperately wanted to turn the car around and just drive until he passed out or ran out of road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch, at any cost.
What exactly drew you to the Smurfs? I watched the cartoon a lot. And I had the little plastic action figures. It was on TV Saturdays. I used to catch it. I played the ColecoVision game. I should stream Coleco sometime. We could play the Smurfs game. I think you guys would like it. It's the most simplest of all platformers. I think it predates Mario. Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, it does predate Super Mario Brothers. Here's our map. It's a very simple platformer. Smurfs Rescue from Gargamel's Castle, it's called. I played it at Bible school. I played the ColecoVision, and this kid I used to hang out with, he had a ColecoVision, and I was in the Smurfs, and he was not allowed to watch Smurfs because his parents thought it was satanic. Because they heard that Pedro, the guy who came up with it, was a Satanist. Legendary third friend that is... Yeah. His name was Chad. He wasn't really a friend. Oh, it's him.
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming. That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
This guy reminds me of the guy from Pet Sematary. The old guy. He talks old R.
You can see them too? Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move. Why? Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence.
Chad's not a very...
He was the kidnapper.
Very good name.
You better keep up. You set him up.
You don't like
I'll
Chad?
knock him down, Wake. Lover's Peak. Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun. Are you kidding? Give me the gun!
No time for back.
Hold down RB to use the flare.
Better get ready. They'll be on us soon.
Okay, old man.
This is it, Wake. The last stand. There's more players here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake. Get some! That's right.
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were gonna say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her up.
You're gonna give me the manuscript, or
No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here! He had Alice.
Hey, Ninja.
And he wanted the
Sup?
manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
I didn't get notified anymore. I just have to check Twitch manually. Oh, no notifications? Yeah, Twitch is reliable. You missed, I don't know. This guy has my wife, and he helped me there. He says I have a manuscript of some sort. I met Bill, a guy called Bill, or Bert, what was his name?
On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed.
Barry, that's it. Thank you.
They turned into something else, something foreign, and nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant until now.
Good to see you, Ninja. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing great and grand and super duper. It's a heck of a detour, you're right. Which way am I going now? Oops! Oh man. Have you guys ever crossed like a creek? Have you ever crossed like a log like this over a creek? Wasn't that high up for sure. I have too, but even if it wasn't high up, it's still scary. Especially if the log like is slippy. You don't know if it's gonna be slippy or not. Oh, gee.
Rusty had warned me about these traps. It hurt like hell. I was stuck.
But your leg is caught in a bear trap. Arr! There's another game where your leg's caught in a bear. Oh, Resident Evil 4 has bear traps. Another bear trap. Gotta get that. Another bear trap. Oh boy, am I beat. Why not take an Allen break? Boing, zang! It's the pun. That's a pun. Worthy of Dragon Quest there, my friend. Oh. Gee, gaming sure takes a lot out of you, huh? Well, I was working all day. Smart Alec. Sure is convenient how all the bear traps glow like that, and Alan always heals from them. Well, I'm thankful for that.
Sarah didn't care about the legal threats Wake's agent had made. She let Wake go without argument, because there was something about him she couldn't quite put her finger on. Something that reminded her of her father.
Who's Sarah?
She didn't think Wake would hurt his wife. Then she thought about the way he waded into Hartman, that hair-trigger rage flaring up without warning.
Rage? I have rage? Yes, Ninja. Yes, yes. I can imagine you'd be tired seeing as there are lots of Alan's... There's a lot at Alan's stake. Oh. You have furry. No, go back. You have to knock down the can tower. That's what I was trying to do, but I don't think it lets you. I can try again. Oh! Does let you. Okay. There's a lot, Alan, at stake. There, you happy? You know bear traps do cut in pretty deep. He should seriously be having trouble walking right now, especially if the second trap cut his other leg. Yeah, well, I mean... This is a video game. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's not real. Like, for example, these ghosts wouldn't be real. This whole game wouldn't be real. Like, this whole game is nothing but, like... The trap could at least slow him down on a timer. Instead, he recovered instantly. Boy, you guys are just nitpick tonight, huh? This is just Luigi's mansion in the woods. Alan Wake is not Luigi, so he shouldn't have a healing factor. Why? Luigi doesn't have a healing factor, does he? He just picks up those hearts. Right? They only heal through super mushrooms, last I checked. There you go. Luigi is superhuman, grown in a lab by That's not true. Egad didn't grow Luigi. He did the poltergust and the polterpup.
The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
Isn't that just Luigi? Oh, from Luigi's Mansion 3. Immortality with you want to bring one-up mushrooms into this conversation. The military requires arms to... Military regularly arms its soldiers, yes. Who would win in a fight, Luigi or Alan Wake? Luigi. Luigi's Luigi and Alan has a gun. Right, it was a silly question. Luigi, which obviously... I think he would too. Look, Luigi... He can jump high, he can float in the air with his feet. He can get the fireball thing, flower. The Tanuki suit. Plus the one-up mushrooms. Suck pop and suddenly Alan isn't seen no more. Suck pop. Have you guys ever had Faygo pop?
I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen here, but it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
I think I've had its mineral water, but it's not soda. Wait, Faygo has mineral water? Since when? Wait. What? No, really? I didn't. That wasn't when I was a kid. I drank a lot of Faygo, grape soda in the 80s and 90s. I didn't. That must be a new health conscious Faygo. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm glad I brought that up now. I learned that Faygo has mineral water, which I would have never guessed. suppose there probably aren't any minerals in it. You're right. It's yeah, Faygo was a popular soda or pop. Tonic water too? What's a tonic water? What's the difference between that and a mineral water? You've been lied to once again, Ryan. The shadow of lies has been unraveled by the truth of light. They don't make mineral water? Tonic water has quin in it, a form of medicine. Quinn. Dr. Quinn, medicine woman. Tonic water has Quinn. Well, I mean, lied in the past. Zard is telling the truth. He is? Oh, that's okay. I didn't think. I mean, that picture looked legit. Look at this. We're going here, guys. It's like a dark ride at Kennywood. I have 8 shots left. Eight shots left. Bless you. Out of batteries. Lost in the woods. Hi, Gaia. How are you? I'm not lost. I know exactly where I'm going. Exactly where I'm going. I know exactly where I'm going. That is a nice rock. The graphics are really good. Really good graphics. Tighten up those graphics on level 1. It was that commercial back in the 90s for game school or something. While tightening up the graphics. I have no... Hell, no ammo. I do have some flares, so that's good. Whoops. Got some more ammo. That helps. That helps. Need some, batteries would be nice, huh? Want to get paid to play video games? Oh, yeah. Yeah. You remember those commercials?
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
Played to play video games. Video games. Video games.
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on Crank. Somehow the world had
Crank.
changed.
That's a good movie.
Like
You
the
ever see the
channel
Crank
switch
movies?
without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
With Jason Statham. Not when they were on TV, but you know of them. Okay, see. Okay. Well, as long as you know them. The game you had to play was Action 52 over and over. Man, Action 52. I'm glad I played that just to experience it. There was not really one game on that cartridge that was worth a dang. And you'd think there'd be one. There wasn't even one. Okay, but for how much money? Action 52? It was like $100 or so when it came out, I think. Maybe more. So this stuff is like... Zard said this is like an adult Luigi's Mansion, which I can kind of see. But you don't have a poltergeist. The dark...
Beware of Widowmakers.
There was a good game and you only needed to press one button. You better get a fat check to play 50. Action, yeah. I didn't say adult, I said more of... Oh, my mistake, sorry. Sorry. I always considered Fatal Frame to be the adult... Oh, okay, I never played a Fatal Frame. Because I'm a big wuss. So this guy is some kind of... Ooh, hunting rifle? Now I'm in rural America. I can see how Alan Wake can be one as well. Yeah, it's very... I've never played Fatal Frame, but... If you say it's like Luigi's Mansion, that's kind of cool. But I'm too much of a wuss to play those games. Like, I want to be able to see what's after... Get up there, Alan. There you go. Thank God we got batteries. So what other hobbies do you guys like? You have to stun the enemy with a flashlight before you can damage them. You have to explore the environments for items and hints. Like Luigi's Mansions. So Fatal Frame, does it have a flashlight? Hey, buddy. Look at all the it's logs, it's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's logs. It's better than bad, it's good. I was doing the whole downloading music into customer CD, but I kept coming into problems after problem after problem, and now I think I'm point of giving up because some of the CDs I successfully burnt are no longer readable. Oh, that happens. Yeah, they don't last a long time. CDs, burned CDs. You have too many hobbies. I enjoy sleeping. Kind of just overall of it now. So I just look it up on YouTube and make a custom playlist. Okay, so you used to do... So when you say you... Oh, custom CDs. I thought you said customer. Okay. Yeah, like, I can't remember the last time I burnt a CD. DVD and Blu-ray, sure, but not a CD. I can't remember when I burned a CD. For the love of Jesus. I don't really practice my hobbies. So you just make custom playlists? Oh, jeez, I didn't... Hold on. Yeah, I listen to a lot of music on YouTube, mostly video game music now. Sometimes I'll listen to the bands I used to listen to growing up, like when I was in my 20s. Like, Weezer, Megadeth, Metallica, the Clarks. Last time I burned a CD was 2008 or 9. Okay. Yeah, that was quite a while ago. So 2008 or 9 was like a while ago. I told you I did those sometimes, but it just became so frustrating. More than it was enjoyable. I enjoyed making it into a hobby. It was finding the music, getting the info for copyright and whatnot, creating the track numbers. This was fun to me, but either burning it, getting the program to work, right, downloading the music, either didn't or wouldn't want to work. Like everything was so picky. I seem to be a Weezer guy. I only had one Weezer album, guy, and that was Maladroit. What's a Weezer guy like? Guess I'll take that as a compliment. I got the Police album in my... Oh, Police! My sister liked them. Got it from a local retro shop. The same one where I got a lot of my recent GameCube games I think I told you about. Okay. What's the name of the retro shop? Oh, wait, you don't have to tell it. I don't know, Law, but I'm cool with a couple of their songs. Okay, yeah. I know Alex is a big Weezer guy. I mean, I only heard like the stuff on MTV, and the only album I had was Maladroit. So I shouldn't say I'm a big Weezer guy. I like some of their songs. Yeah, it's cool. Now, I listened to a lot of, like, Megadeth, Metallica growing up. Which way am I going now? This way? This way. I think we made it out almost. Unless something happens. We got 36 shots and 13 flares.
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
Okay, that's Barry.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
Only problem with those... Oh, I was thinking you have the Blue or Green album. No, I've heard songs from them, but the only album I have is Maladroit. So it was Blue album, then Pinkerton, then Green, right? Was that how it went? Only problem with those old CDs is that the cases kept breaking. Like they broke off at this... Oh, the jewel cases? I got myself a basic CD folder case to store all of them. Yeah, those little soft felt padded CD things. I have one of those too with my game music in it and some loose PlayStation, Xbox, and GameCube games in it. At least I was out of the woods. Womp womp. Yep, exactly. I still buy CDs from artists I like. They still make them, right? They're not giving up. I heard that vinyl outsold CDs last year for the first time in years. Is that true?
I'd have to get the car from the locked garage. It would get me back to Barry faster, and the headlights were a welcome bonus.
Yeah, they still do, but sadly a lot of major retailers are getting rid of them. Yeah, Best Buy isn't selling movies anymore, I think I heard.
I
had to find the key to the garage.
Aw, there's no mirrors.
I needed the garage key to get to the car.
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
Okay. Digital shithole. Vinyl is cool, just a little bit of a hassle. Yeah, to store it. Like, you gotta have freaking space out the wazoo, right? It is cool. The digital-only shithole is coming. Yeah. It's getting crazy. I think it's insane that in the year of our Lord 2023, to have physical copies of games, you have to wait for like a year or more for like a limited run boutique store that are popping up to press it. It's ridiculous. Like I've like some games you have to get on Play Asia. Thank God that the Switch is region free, and a lot of the games in East Asia or Japan have English, so you can get them there. But it's ridiculous over here. I think like other countries are gonna have physical. It's just the United States is getting rid of it, or North America. You were not there before. I checked the shitter. That scared the heck out of me.
The FBI agent's command froze me in place. I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it. But it felt all wrong. Call it instinct. His posture. The way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond.
So a lot of the stuff that he says here comes through. It's like he's writing the story and living it out or something. That's weird since the reflections in this game have been pretty good so far. Yeah, I was hoping there was a mirror there. Like, I wonder why maybe they just didn't want to put the reflections of a big mirror like that. Have you heard of the Weezer album Hurley? Yes. Around 2011 or so, or 10 it came out when I was working at a game store, a record game store, and they had it. It had the picture of the guy from Lost on it, right? Hurley? But I've never listened to it, Gaia. Is Alan watching himself talking about the story? Something, I don't know yet, Ninja. He's like writing, he doesn't remember writing this, but it's living out as he does the story or something. He's like watching it unfold, or I don't know. Play Asia is better than limited shit, yeah. I mean, it's like crazy that, and then limited run will like have you wait a year for it, and then they'll sell the game that you're waiting for at like they sold it at the Portran Expo, Retro Game Expo. All these games they brought to their booth, and people were still waiting for them to ship to them, and they had them for sale for other people to buy. He spawned in the shitter. Genius tactic. It's like a Doom 3 shitter spawn. Oh, is that who was on the cover? Every time I see it, I keep thinking he's some random neckbeard, and it turns me off. Oh no, that's the guy from Lost, I think. Yeah, I remember that album. It's that guy from Lost, I think his name is. I forget what his name is. It might be Hurley. It's Hurley. I swear, if the plot twist at the end of this game put to be, it was all part of an imagination or was inside of my books or it was all just a dream, I'm gonna laugh and roll my eyes and growl. I mean, it's kind of fun to play though, so I don't really care where the story goes. It's like a lot of David Lynch stuff. Like, you don't watch David Lynch expecting to understand it or having it wrapped up. You watch a David Lynch for, like, the crazy shit that's gonna happen. Ooh, here we go. Right trigger, accelerate, steering left, L trigger. Okay, that's easy. Isn't Barry around here somewhere?
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
Yeah, I was already here. That's right. Is Rusty dead? I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see. Ninja groan. Ninja groan. Not if it's trying to be artsy. Speaking of Crazy David's, when are we getting Crazy David Cage up in here? Is that the guy who did Heavy Rain? The driving in this game is already improvement on Deadly Premonition. Oh, I didn't know there was driving in Deadly Premonition. Gaia. Yeah, I don't think Rusty's dead. So you played... Okay, let's heal up here.
It was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife? Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need a week.
Not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me?
Yes, I get you.
Rusty. Brian needs some. I have Indigo
Barry
Prophecy.
had talked about birds over the phone.
Holy shite.
Al! Al, I am so glad you're here. These birds are weird. I'm not allergic to birds. Parachute! Oh, crap.
You can open the door now. They're gone.
Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
Those crows are trying to murder you.
Found
That was
asked around
good.
About a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had
Right,
to
you
try to
son of
write
a
him one to
bitch,
get
right.
Alice back.
Double spaced. Like I used to do in school.
For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
Bye now.
See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the old
dear diner.
Good girl.
Those crows are trying to murder you. Brian, and that's how my story ends. I was just sitting in the house eating some grape nuts, yep. And the next thing I know, I was checking to death on this stream. The cops found my body 3 days later and made the connection that I was the killer. Everyone just shrugged the whole thing off, and now I will never know what happened on that fateful day in that Taco Bell bathroom. Ew. You know, I haven't had Taco Bell in a while. Ninja. Or grape nuts, for that matter. How do you double space with pen and paper? Oh, well, you know, you know how you have the lines? You just write on one line, then you double space, you skip a line, then you put another. You know, when I say double space, I mean like in paper with lines, you skip 2 spaces between line. Brian was his own killer with the grape nuts. Interesting music choice, yeah. It's real music. I kind of like this.
Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?